Lost Records Bloom & Rage has just been delayed to early 2025. Developer and publisher DONTNOD Entertainment have just announced that their upcoming title will not be released in autumn 2024 as originally planned, and will instead be postponed until early next year. Why is that? What does it mean for the game? And how is this delay connected to Life is Strange Double Exposure? Let's find out. Before we get into it, most people who watch my videos aren't subscribed to my channel. If you enjoy Life is Strange and Lost Records content, why not subscribe? It really does help me out. So why has Lost Records been delayed? Developer DONTNOD said that they had conducted an in-depth assessment of recent trends and developments in the industry, and had made the decision to postpone the game's release in order to give it more room to breathe and not be overshadowed by other games. What's really interesting is that this announcement came very shortly after Life is Strange Double Exposure was announced, which is also set to release in autumn of the same year, around the same time as Lost Records. DONTNOD have been trying to distance themselves from their role developing Life is Strange games in the last few years, and this title is set to be a spiritual successor to the first game while still being a new IP. With this in mind, I'm not really surprised that they're opting to distance the game's release from Double Exposure. The last thing they need right now is competition. This isn't just a theory either. In fact, this train of thought was later solidified by DONTNOD CEO Oscar Gilbert, stating that, "We know many of our fans are eagerly awaiting this game, just as they are the recently announced next installment of Life is Strange. Let's give both titles the space they need to be enjoyed by our players within the community we have built. We firmly believe the wait for Bloom & Rage will be worth it." The situation is fairly clear. After Square Enix and Deck 9 announced their new Life is Strange game was releasing, DONTNOD knew it would hurt their game's release if they risked Lost Records being overshadowed by Life is Strange, which is a much bigger, more established title with a comparatively enormous marketing budget. They also predicted that almost all of their target demographic would be interested in playing Double Exposure, so instead of trying to compete with Square Enix, they've delayed their game's release date by a few months, probably in the hopes of being able to drum up their own hype for Lost Records and establish more of a foothold with this new IP. Now, does this mean the game is having any development issues? Probably not. When most people hear about game delays, things like crunch culture and false promises come to mind, but I don't think that's what's happening here. The sole deciding factor in delaying this game was likely its marketing and promotion, and I get why. This is DONTNOD's first foray into making Life is Strange-esque games, but without the help of a large publisher to sort out their marketing. So far, whilst Lost Records promises something very interesting, there's no telling how successful the game will be commercially until it releases. As a small company with an indie-scale promotional budget, DONTNOD could do without any hurdles. The studio is in a really difficult position at the moment, at risk of being overshadowed by the corporate giant they stepped away from a few years ago, and the last thing they need is for a potential indie hit to be buried underneath a Life is Strange title, especially when the games share such inherent similarities in audiences. I think DONTNOD made the right call given everything that's going on, but what do you think? Are the devs making the right decision, or do you think they should stand their ground and release their game on time? Which game are you most looking forward to? Let me know in the comments down below. I read all of your comments and I even use some of them as inspiration for my future videos. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, consider giving it a like and subscribe if you want to see more Life is Strange and Lost Records content. If you want to show your support in the form of a tip, I'll have my Patreon linked in the description below. And why not join our Discord server, where we discuss all things Life is Strange. With that, I think I've said my piece. Remember to make sure your records don't get lost, and have a nice day. Bye.